Hi, my name's Katie Califano. I'm an on-premise wine specialist for Fedway Associates. And since Fedway has recently acquired some new sparkling wines to the portfolio, specifically Freixenet Cava, Segura Viudas Cava, and also Ca del Bosco French Quarter, I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about sparkling wine production and more specifically the traditional method or champagne method. So the traditional method is used for the production of champagne. This really serves as the benchmark for the entire process, but more importantly, what they all have in common is that the second fermentation occurs in the bottle in which it is to be sold. So all these regions might use different grape varietals and they might have different rules and regulations throughout other parts of the process, but that basic process of the second fermentation happening in bottle is all the same. So after you add some yeast and sugar to the base wine, which is put into the bottle and sealed with a crown cap, the yeast metabolize the sugar, create more alcohol, and create more carbon dioxide, which is trapped and dissolved into the wine itself. Now this process is really what kind of signifies the style. So the longer the wine sits on the dead yeast cells, the more toast and brioche notes the wine gets, but also the smaller and finer the bubbles and more consistent they are. Just to give you a little idea of what separates, say, champagne from cava from Franciacorta, champagne uses primarily 3 grapes, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier, and has to be for a brut non-vintage, aged on lees for 12 months minimum, whereas cava uses totally different grapes, Parellada, Cervello, and Macabeo, and has to be aged for a minimum of 9 months on the lees, whereas Franciacorta, totally different, Chardonnay, Pinot Bianco, and Pinot Noir again, but by law, a minimum of 18 months for a brut non-vintage. So by far, Franciacorta has the stricter requirements in terms of aging on the lees. And this process, like I said, is really kind of signifies the style. It's time-consuming, but also lends a age-worthy product that merits the cost that we all pay for it. So let's just give a brief taste and describe to you the Segura Viudas Brut Cava. So again, this comes from Spain. And again, what sets this apart from, say, Prosecco is it's less of that primary fruit, less of that kind of green apple, citrus, and white peach. This is all about the secondary aroma. So you get some citrus, but it's all about that toast and brioche. That's from the aging on the lees, and if you give it a taste, very fine bubbles, nice long finish, very dry, but it has that nice kind of lemon curd and a little bit of that biscuity toast flavor to it. So I hope that you enjoyed the presentation, and thank you for your time.